going to be moving into the second half. We are going to hear from the fabulous Katrina. All right, Katrina is a multi-award-winning business consultant. She advises on business strategy, marketing plans, all right, and she has been featured in various global media outlets, including Forbes and also The Times. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big round of applause for Katrina Young.
Need a mic, thank you. Thank you, hello. So, I'm not a public speaker, I'm a business consultant. So, don't expect any of the special stuff that Ash did. So, that's my name. Mummy's over there. And it seems to be going out, okay. I'm a consultant, I'm a solutions architect. So, I'm looking at enabling businesses with marketing and digital. So that's all the stuff you just heard. And my mission is to empower people to use tools, to diversify. I'm going to go just over here because of the light. And just helping people to empower themselves with the tools that they have and scale. So I'm here today to talk about marketing. And most people think that marketing is just about social media. I want to focus on the ecosystem. So, I'm going to cover business EQ, and that's emotional intelligence, taking your idea to market, and adapting. So, lots of people here today are here to get investment. We're going to give them advice, and you've got to be adaptable. So, I know that because I'm an introvert. I hate the mic. But I've been in rooms, I've raised investment, I'm raising at the moment, and I've had to adapt. Oops. So, we all know what marketing is. It's about getting your message out there. But mostly for me, it's about making sure that you adapt your message to wherever someone is and where they are. Right now, I'm in a church, I'm at an event, and I met ladies in the toilet. So I adapted my marketing pitch, and that's what you've got to do. So it's really important to communicate your value. And so often, we don't do that. Now, I'm going to talk to you from a point of, I'm West Indian, that's my culture. And quite often, when we're growing up, we're told, you're too extra, go and sit down. Who are you talking to? She asks too much questions. And when you need to get out to the marketplace, you need to adapt yourself. So I was conflicted. I was the only one that looks like me, raising millions. My adverts have been on telly. I've done adverts for Persil. I'm a ghostwriter. I command a lot of channels, but I'm an introvert at heart. I hate this stuff. You've got to know how to create sustainable offers. I have had to create income for myself. I left my job in 2016. And my mum will tell you there's times I have to go to her kitchen. And there's other times that I can look after everyone. So you need to make sure that you can build sustainable offers. That's marketing. It's not the social media. It isn't the promotions. It's about being able to make money and generate cash wherever you are. And that takes me to EQ messaging. Now, I'm going to give you something free today. I wish emotional intelligence was taught in schools. One of my biggest strategies for business and marketing isn't marketing, it's reading body language. This lady right here is open, she's listening to what I'm saying. I'm using her as a grounding point. EQ for me is about negotiation. That's what marketing is in my mind. When I knew how to read online, my online messaging, read people, I changed my marketing probably 10 times to my message. So I really want you to understand, if you want to market, look at who you're messaging. Who are you talking to? In the marketing world, we call this copywriting. Messaging is what makes you money. No one taught me that. That will make you a millionaire, and I make millionaires with messaging. EQ messaging, it's about ensuring that your brand is sustainable. If you're telling someone, we're going to get you a car anytime you want, and only having 2 cars, that's not sustainable. You need to make sure that you have data. I don't want to call anyone out, but we can't say, oh, I don't know. It's like when I go into the West Indian shop, I want a saltfish patty because I've driven here. And you're telling me on the website that you've got them, and they don't have them when I get there. So you need to ensure that it's data-driven. What's your inventory? When you're messaging, can you scale? So that's your marketing. That's your marketing ecosystem. And that's why messaging matters. When I pick up the phone, when I have clients, my son says, but Mum, you don't sound like that. Your customer services. I don't want to go into the shop and have someone say, oh, that's marketing. So your team, your branding, everything is an extension of you. Branding-wise, half the time people think I'm a big company. I run 16 brands. I have a group. But your marketing is what people see. Look at my slides. That's messaging. So how do you communicate your values? Messaging, copywriting, marketing. And it's about telling people where you want to be. I transitioned my business. And what I did was I started sharing my messaging. I started bringing people on the roadmap. And if you want to raise investment, and I'm being honest, I'm showing you my roadmap. There's a couple of people here that I know. In 2017, I crowdsourced, so I brought people on the journey. I said, does anyone know about any accelerators and incubators? I think I got a couple of responses. I got turned down 22 times. And then I started getting yeses. And my mum will tell you I had an operation the day before, and JP Morgan said, we've heard about you on an accelerator. He's coming to London. Can we meet you? And that's me shuffling across the pavement because I had to meet him. So I went on a JP Morgan accelerator, and that's what I did. That's because I was using messaging. So marketing isn't just about social media. It's bringing people into your mission and your story, but building sustainable offers. And that's why I spoke about, please don't just say, oh, I may bring this value, or you need to know your numbers. That is what builds a sustainable business. And then getting market ready. So I'm in my first round of raising, and I only wanted to raise 50,000. And they said, that's nothing, you need to raise 1 million. And they told me, what's your data room looking like? I can tell you, none of us know what data room means. That's your business. That's the foundations. What's your analytics? Have you got a limited company? What's your risk? What's your compliance? That's marketing. So that's really important, making sure that you have this investment ready. Why should people give you money if you don't know it yourself? That's really important. As I said, I'm going to skip through this because I think I've got 2 minutes. Oh, Lord. So basically, you need to make sure that you've got your marketing ecosystem. I'll let you be able to take pictures. And if anyone wants these, they can contact me. I've covered EQ messaging. And that's it. That's me with the team. So I run hackathons, and that's because of the marketing that I put out there. So you may not have to have your product ready. You can build a mailing list. You have to test the market, and you need to build a competitive advantage. Do more, because we probably could do more. People keep putting it off and telling me they want to do a business, they've got an idea. It's already gone. Start doing it. Start today. Get your idea to market, and you can see what I've given you as the first 3 steps. Build a roadmap. Never make yourself the only product in your business. Get your marketing data that is pertinent to your success. Any questions? I did it. Thank you. Thank you. Please. someone ask a question? Thank you.
So do you have any advice for young people that are starting out in marketing as their first job, and how to kind of get ahead in the competitive field?
Yeah, so this sounds really bad. Mum, pretend you can't hear me. It's to forget everything that you've always known. Unfortunately, sometimes people always have you as a picture and a vision of you. So for me, it would be to put yourselves in different environments and spaces. Use LinkedIn for keywords and find people who are doing the job that you want to do and start hanging out where that opened my world. So if I were you, I would get out there on Eventbrite, go to these events, even if you sweat, even if you feel like the more that you do it, the more that you build your process.
Hi.
Hello.
Thank you for your presentation. You mentioned being an introvert, which I can very much relate to, as well as the West Indian upbringing and being spoken to and all that kind of stuff. How do you kind of forget all of that and go out and raise that kind of money?
So I start with my why, but I do build almost like a strategy. And so my strategy is to change my mindset. So mindset for me is my mindset on a particular way. And so for me, I look at who do I want to aspire to be? What do I need to dress like? What language do I need to use? Who do I need to be around? What books can I read? And while you're in that state of feeling embarrassed and introverted, get some public speaking. So I did that. So, and just focus on that person, they said, not everybody.
All right, we're going to take two more, one here and one there.
Thank you. Just a quick question. Do you offer private consultations?
I do, yeah,
Okay.
a lot. Thanks. Mm-hmm. My mum's giving me a little look. She's in the orange, by the way. And that's the thing, to be honest, there she is. It all starts really from where we come from. And if it wasn't for my mum and dad's hard work, I have to be honest, I wouldn't be here. So that's why I say sometimes you have to forget where you come from. If you're not from that kind of environment, you just need to focus on where you want to be. Honest.
So my question was, career-wise...
Oh,
I'm here.
sorry, I'm trying to find you.
Career-wise, is this where you always envisioned yourself? If not, how did you get here and why?
So I am hyperactive. No, I like education, so I don't go out, I don't do things. I love education because it's changed my world. Education helped me to earn 10 times what I earned at the beginning, and that's being honest. So for me, I had a beauty salon. I did marketing. Marketing is the premise of everything. I got my degree in 2004, but I'm studying now to be a software engineer because that just makes me market dynamic. So for me, I always Google trends for the next 10 years. And that's indicating that there's a rise in data, SaaS, marketing. So I know people say you've got to do what you love. You've got to be realistic. And let's be honest. Are we brown? We've got to work 10 times as harder. So you need to make yourself marketable, and you need to make yourself dynamic. So I would look at the trends, look at the market, and put that with what you love.
Any more questions? Elder Sharon.
Come on, let's give a big round of applause to Katrina. That was absolutely fantastic.